Hello students, my name is Lohit. I am master teacher here at Vedanta Olympiad School and I am back with the pre-RMO flashback session 3. As if you have seen the previous videos, in the previous two sessions we have covered the first 6 questions of pre-RMO 2017. So today we'll be continuing with this. We'll be starting off with 7th, 8th and 9th question of the pre-RMO 2017. Okay, so are you guys ready? So I'll tell you guys to keep your notebooks and pens with you. Okay, तो साथ साथ में solve करना है आपको. Okay, in between I'll also give some pauses so that you are also trying. Okay, चलो. So without wasting any time, let's start with the session 3. Okay, चलो. So let's see the 7th question of pre-RMO 2017. So this is our first question. We have to find the number of positive integers n positive integers, right? सबसे पहले positive integers n ढूंढने हैं such that root n plus 1 is less than 11, right? तो सबसे पहले अगर हम एक इसमें चीज नोटिस करें, as the value of n increases, the value of the expression root n plus 1 also increases, है ना? So यहाँ से हमें एक बहुत अच्छा आइडिया लगता है that starting with n equal to 1, the value of this expression will keep on increasing, है ना? So now let's think about something. So if I find the value for which rather than it is less than 11, if I write this thing that root n plus 1 is equal to 11, और अगर इस इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करके मैं n की वैल्यू फाइंड कर पाता हूँ, then I have to start from 1 and go up to that value of n, okay, integer value of n. Alright, so इसको सॉल्व करने में there is a very good method here. One thing is you can rationalize this expression, although you can write it as the first equation. Let's rationalize it and you will get root n plus 1 plus n upon root n plus 1 minus n into root n plus 1 minus n equal to 11. So as you can see in the numerator, they will multiply and the identity will be used a plus b into a minus b, which is equal to a square minus b square, which will be n plus 1 minus n upon root of n plus 1 minus n, okay, which is 11. So in the numerator after cancellation हमें क्या मिलेगा? We'll get this value as let's take the reciprocal of this expression and we will get root n plus 1 minus root n. Sorry, यहाँ पे root n मिस हो गया है, right? Okay, so this is equal to 1 upon 11. Okay, so this is our second equation. Now we can solve equations 1 and 2 to calculate this very easily. Okay, तो check करते हैं. 1 minus 2 अगर हम करते हैं तो root n plus 1 will get cancelled and we will get 2 times root n equal to 11 minus 1 upon 11. Upon taking LCM, which will be 120 upon 11, right? 121 minus 1. So then you can simplify this as root n equal to 60 upon 11. And now we have come to the very last stage of this question. So now if I square this expression, okay, n is equal to 3600 square of 60 upon 121. Okay, so we are on to the last step. Now as we can see कि n की जो वैल्यू इंटीजर में नहीं आ रही है, it will be in some decimal places. But yes, we have to find the value of n in this case so that we can know कि 1 से लेके हमें कहाँ तक जाना है, right? So if you divide this, you will get this value. I'm waiting for you. Okay, you can try to solve this and tell me what should be the value. Okay, so you can pause here for a bit. Okay, so now let's divide this. You will get this value to be about 29.7 and so on. I'm not dividing it completely because this much is sufficient to solve. So n is equal to 29.7, so that root n plus 1 is equal to 11. So as we discussed, n जैसे जैसे बढ़ेगा, the value of the expression on the left hand side will keep on increasing. So I have to start from 1 and go up to, अब आप यहाँ से आइडिया लगा सकते हो, I have to start from 1, the value of n will start from 1, 2, 3 up to 29. because integer होना चाहिए, so that I cannot take 29.7. So I'll go up to 29. So number of values are, as you can see, 29, right? So the answer will be 29 in this case. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone, because when we will put 30 ना, it will exceed 11, right? Equal to 11 है कब, जब 29.7 है. So if I exceed the value of n from 29.7, the value will exceed 11. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, so without again wasting any time, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so जो students, जो ये वाला question है, this is based on a topic called Diophantine equations. Basically, linear equation in two variables or more, in which the solutions which we have to find are integer values. Okay, those are Diophantine equations. So through this question, I'll tell you how to use it to solve this question. Okay, so as such, it is very easy. If you see, a pen costs rupees 11 and a notebook costs rupees 13. Okay, find the number of ways in which a person can spend exactly 1000 rupees to buy pens and notebooks. Let's take some variables. Let's say in 1000 rupees I'm able to buy p amount of pens. Okay, p amount of pens and n amount of notebooks. Okay, then, so how do we know? 11 is the cost of one pen, so total cost of pens will be 11p, right? 11p plus similarly 13n is that this will be total cost, which we know has to be equal to 1000 rupees, right? So this equation is called Diophantine equation, because p and n here should be integers. Moreover, they should be natural numbers in this case. Okay, so let's see how to solve this kind of equation. So we know here that p and n should be integers. That should be kept in mind. Okay, so let's take 13n to the other side, and we'll get the equation 11p equal to 1000 minus 13n, right? So now you can divide it by 11 now, because p is an integer. 1000 minus 13n upon 11. Okay, so the thing here is, because p is an integer, this whole expression should be also an integer, right? Because p is equal to that expression, right? So अब क्या कर सकते हैं? We can split this fraction, right? If I divide 1000 by 11, what will be the remainder that I will get? Okay, you can see it. You can try dividing it. Okay, let's see. When I'm dividing it by 11, so what will happen? 90 will be the quotient, right? And 10 will be the remainder, right? Can I write it like this? Okay. Similarly, 13 and 2, if I divide it by 11, I can write it as n plus 2 by 11n, right? Similarly, right? ये समझ में आया? We have divided them individually by 11 separately, right? So now I can combine this in this form: 90 minus n, okay, plus 10 minus 2n by 11. So guys, as p is an integer, 90 minus n is also an integer, which means this complete expression, okay, 10 minus 2n upon 11 should also be an integer, right? वो तो होना ही चाहिए, otherwise left hand side will not be equal to right hand side. Okay, so that is how we solve these kind of equations. You can see it here. Then now I am saying 10 minus 2n upon 11 should be an integer. Let's say I can name that integer as k. Again, k also here has to be an integer, right? Because this complete term has to be an integer. So let's simplify it a bit. Multiply by k. So 10 minus 2n equal to 11k. Now rearrange it, and I will be able to write n is equal to 10 minus 11k upon 2, right? Take 2n to the other side and 11k to this side. Okay, now we have reached up to a step. Now again, we know that the value n, which was the number of notebooks, that has to be an integer, right? So again, the same thing, this expression 10 minus 11k should also be an integer, right? So again, what I do is I substitute it again, simplify it a bit first. So n is equal to 5 minus 11k को जब हम 2 से divide करेंगे, what will I get? Minus 5k minus k by 2, right? तो अब हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? This is already an integer, 5 minus 5k. So I know k by 2 term, this has to be an integer, right? Again, so what can I do? So k by 2 should be an integer t. Let's say any variable again t, right? तो अब ये अगर integer होना चाहिए, what do I get from this? That k should be of the form 2t, right? K even होना चाहिए so that it is divisible by 2. Okay, so basically now we are done with the last step of this part. So k should be an integer even number which should be 2t. Okay, now we have to find the values of n and p कि वो क्या हो सकते हैं, right? So let's do one thing. Let's substitute this value of k, okay, in this case, okay, or you can say in this case, and I will get the value of n, right? So n will be equal to 10 minus 11 into k is 2t upon 2. So as you can see, n will be equal to 5 minus 11t. Okay, so this is the value of n in terms of t. This is what we call a general solution. General solution meaning if I put any value of t, I'll get an integer value of n for an integer value of t. And t I can put anything here. Okay, there is no constraint on t as of now. So now once we got the value of n, you can substitute it in this expression to get the value of p. Okay, so let's see what will be the value of p. P will be equal to 1000 minus 13 into n, the value of n being 5 minus 11t, okay, upon 11. So let's see what will be the value of p here. P will be 1000 minus 65 will be 935 plus 13 into 11t upon 11, right? So let's solve it more. So p can be written as 11 से divide हो जाएगा now. 935 will be divided by 11. It will give us 85 plus 13t. So I have got the general solutions of both p and n. Okay, so इसका मतलब क्या है? For whatever integer value of t that I put, I'll get the value of p and n such that which satisfies our original equation, right? So that is it. So we have completed this question up to a point now. Now only part left is, because there is some difference, because हम general solution नहीं निकालना चाहते हैं यहाँ पे, we need to find actual number of ways in which a person can spend exactly 1000 rupees, है ना? So the difference being, it cannot be true for any value, an infinite number of values, right? Because at some point, as you can see here, if I put a large value of t, the n value will become negative. And negative में आप तो पेन खरीद नहीं सकते हो और नोटबुक्स नहीं खरीद सकते हो, right? Negative में तो नहीं खरीद सकते. So there is one more condition, that both of n and p should be positive, right? So let's see this. P should be greater than 0. Okay, so let's do this. 85 plus 13t should be greater than 0. This will give us t is less than minus 85 by 13. So let's approximate this. So this value is minus 6 point something, right? Minus 6 will be 78 and 7 will give you around what, 5. Okay, so t has to be less than minus 6.5. Okay, I'm sorry, I've written it wrong here. It will be t greater than, right? Yes, t will be greater than. So t has to be greater than minus 6.5, meaning minus 6, minus 5, minus 4 will be in its values from this thing, right? Now also n has to be greater than 0, which means 5 minus 11t should be greater than 0, and this will give you t less than 5 by 11, which is approximately 0.44, right? So again, t has to be less than 0.44, and again t has to be an integer, right? So t should be between 0 and minus 6. From these two relations you can see this. Okay, so t can attain the values from minus 6 to 0, including minus 6 and 0. So how many values there are? I think minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and 0. So 7 values. So number of values are 7. Okay, So there are total number of 7 ways to buy amount of pens and notebooks, so that the total amount is 1000. Okay, so you can take any values of t here. Let's assume one value. Let's say t is 0, right? If t is 0, the one case that I'll get is that n number of notebooks will be 5 and number of pens will be 85, right? So that is one of the solution here. Okay, कि आप 5 notebooks खरीद सकते हो and 85 pens खरीद सकते हो, which will amount to a total of 1000. Okay, I think everybody understood this thing. Okay, very interesting questions. Also you can apply these to some of the real life questions, है ना, थोड़ा try कर सकते हो, right? So let's continue with the third question. Very interesting one. So what is it given here? There are 5 cities A, B, C, D and E, 5 cities on a certain island. Each city is connected to every other city by road. In how many ways can a person starting from city A come back to A after visiting some cities without visiting a city more than once? किसी एक शहर में दोबारा नहीं जाना है, right? And without taking the same road more than once. एक रोड पे एक ही बार जाना है. So let's draw a diagram, general diagram. Okay, so A, B, C, D and E. Let's name them A, B, C, D and E. So every city is connected to the other, right? Let's join them also. All right, I think I have joined each and everyone with other one. Okay, so the concept being, this is a question based on combinatorics. Very easy one if you think about it carefully. Let's start. Let's assume they have given an order also, right? A से B जाना है, B से C, then C से A आना है. That is one of the case, right? Then that is another case that A से C जाता है पहले, then C to B and then B to A. So these are two different ways, right? Two different routes. So now let's see if it has start from A. Let's say we take different cases where different number of cities are involved. So let's say अगर एक ही city से A से जाना है and किसी only 2 cities are involved. Let's see, only 2 cities are involved. Okay, meaning 2 cities meaning A से for example B जा रहा है and then B से A आ रहा है. The thing being, this concept will not work. This is an example of this. 2 cities मतलब A से किसी एक city पे जाना है and then वापस A पे तभी आ जाना है. This will not work because in that case we are taking the same route again for coming back, right? We are taking the same route. So 2 cities का कोई भी case नहीं होना चाहिए, right? So this case will not be there where only 2 cities are involved, or you can say only one extra city is involved other than A, right? So now let's think about 3 cities. 3 cities का मतलब, I will show you one example. Let's say it goes from A to B, then B to any D, or then D to A, right? This is one of a unique route. So very well. So there will be some ways to solve this. Let's see. So let's see, from when we are starting from A, how many options do we have, so that how कितने options है हमारे पास कि किस city पे जाना है, because A पे तो हम already हैं. So I think we have 4 options, right? When we are starting from A, B, C, D or E. So I have 4 options first of all, right? Once I reach another city, let's assume we are using this only. So let's assume we reached B now. Now I have to go to another city, which cannot be A either, okay, and neither B, okay. So A or B to गायब हो गए. Now how many options do I have to start from B? I have 3 other options like C, D or E. I have 3 options now. Go, right? To which city should I go? 3 options बचेंगे, either C, D or E, okay. Then once I have reached there, now I have only one way to go back, right? A तक वापस आना है. So from that city there will be only one way. So total number of ways in case of 3 cities I'll get is 4 into 3 is 12. Okay, so that is one of the case. Okay, similarly we can solve the other cases also. Let's say 4 cities are involved. In that case it is like I give you again some example. A to B to C. Here three cities were involved. Yes. D and then A. Right. Now four cities are involved. A, B, C, and D. Any four can be. This is one of the examples. Okay. So again, let's count how many ways do we have there. Again, we have four options when we are starting off from A, and then we have, let's assume we have reached some city. Then again, I will have three options, right? Just like the previous one, right? So for example, हमने A से start किया. We had four options. Let's say we chose B. B पे पहुंचे हम. Then let's say we have option of C, D, and E. Then we chose C, right? One of the options. So now, once I have reached C, now how many options do I have left with? Only two options, right? D and E, two options. And once I have reached completed my circle, now I have to come back to A. So there will be only one choice. So these are how many ways? 3 into 2 is 6, into 4 is 24 ways. Right? That is the case of 4 cities. Now coming to 5 cities. That is the maximum case when all 5 cities are covered. Now this is very easy. Now you can understand the trend from the previous two options cases. The thing is, now again we'll have 4 cases starting from A, then we'll have 3 options, then 2 options, and finally only one city will be left. Now let's say A, B, C, D, E पे पहुंच जाते हैं, then I'll have one only option to go to E only, right? And then for coming back there is again only one way. This will be again 24 ways. So these are all the ways that we have to count, right? There will be no other case left. So now let's add these cases. 24 plus 24 plus 12 will be 60 ways to cover our routes. So there will be 60 different routes to start from A and come back to A, covering as many cities as we want. Any case, right? Okay, so that is all. This is the third question, very important one, and it's based on combinatorics. All right. So the answer will be 60, right? So guys, I hope everybody of you understood what we did today. I had fun teaching you. Okay, so as in the previous video I told you, our vision is to bring gold for India at international level in Maths Olympiad and many other Olympiads. So we are working towards that goal only. And I want to tell you one thing. If any of you have cleared pre-RMO or RMO in the previous year, then you can send me proof so that we can enroll you in our regular courses at this email ID, lohit.jindal@vedantu.com. Okay, so that we can get you enrolled in our pre-RMO courses. If you want, the cost of those courses will be free if you have cleared pre-RMO or RMO in the previous year. Okay, you can send me a mail, okay, along with the proof, okay, of the qualification. So other than that, other students who don't have already cleared, they can visit the site olympiads.vedantu.com and give our admission test called VOLT. Okay, and you will find more information on the site. All right, for that, so that you can, if you want to enroll in our pre-RMO courses. So thank you guys, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be coming with more with the next 3 questions very soon. Okay, thank you everyone.